from Channel for All. This is Get Curious, exploring everything under the sky and above it.
Have you ever stopped to think about what's really happening when you type a word on your computer? I mean, it feels like magic, right? Instant. But it's so not. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain and follow the secret journey every single letter takes. Let's dive in. So, how does this machine, this, crazy web of circuits and code, get its head around something as basic as a word? Let's just pick one. How about this? C-A-T. 3 little letters. You see it, I see it, we know what it is. But what does the computer see? Well, here's the wild part. It doesn't. At all. Computers can't actually read. They have no idea what English is, or any human language for that matter. So, what on earth is going on? Okay, so it all starts with your keyboard. The best way to think about it is like a mailman. Every time you press a key, say the C key, the keyboard zips a tiny little electronic message over to the computer that says, hey, C was just pressed. And it does the same thing for A and for T. But here's where we hit a snag. The computer gets these messages, but it's totally clueless. It has no idea what a C or an A even is. It's basically looking at them going, I don't speak letters. See, it only gets one thing, numbers. To fix this, the computer has a secret weapon. Its first helper is something called ASCII. It's basically a universal translator, a rule book that turns every single letter, number, and symbol into a specific number. Now, ASCII is the old school classic, but these days systems use bigger rule books, like Unicode. That's what handles every language on Earth, and of course all those emojis you love. So ASCII jumps in and says, oh, you mean C? No problem. That's just number 67. A, that's 65. And T, easy. That's 84. And just like that, our word cat is translated into a number code. 67, 65, 84. Simple enough, right? Well, not quite. Because there's an even deeper, more fundamental language that computers are built on. It's not letters, and it's not even numbers like 67 or 84. The computer's one true language is called binary. And it's shockingly simple. It only has 2 words, on and off. That's it. Why? Well, for an electronic circuit, it's the most reliable way to communicate. There's no maybe, no kinda. It's either a definite yes or a definite no. And in the world of computers, we use numbers for that. On is represented by a 1, and off is represented by a 0, which means literally everything on your computer, every photo, every song, every word, is just a massive, massive sequence of 1s and 0s. Which means our numbers, 67, 65, and 84, get translated again. And this is what the word cat actually looks like to your computer. This absolutely wild string of 1s and 0s. Yep, believe it or not, that says cat. Okay, now that the computer has the code in a language it gets, it needs a place to put it, so it stores all those 1s and 0s in its memory. You can think of memory like a giant wall with millions and millions of tiny little boxes, and each box can only hold one tiny switch, either on or off, a 1 or a 0. Okay, so the word is translated and it's stored, but how does it get from being a secret code back onto your screen so you can actually see it? Well, for that, the computer has a whole team of internal helpers. First up is the Lexer. The Lexer is kind of like a chef's assistant who just chops and sorts ingredients. It's not thinking about the final dish. It just looks at all the code and organizes it into piles. Okay, this is a word, this is a number, this is a symbol. It's just sorting, no thinking involved yet. And that's where the interpreter comes in. If the Lexer just does the chopping, the interpreter is the head chef with the recipe book. It takes all those neatly sorted pieces and figures out what they actually mean. It reads the code and says, aha, this string of 1s and 0s, it's an instruction to show something on the screen. The interpreter is really the brains of the operation here. It sends the final instructions over to your monitor. And your screen is made up of millions of tiny little dots called pixels, and each one has a little red, green, and blue light inside. So, following the interpreter's master plan, the computer tells specific pixels exactly what to do, which ones need to turn on, which ones stay off, and what color they should be to create the shapes of the letters. And there it is. After all of that translating and storing and processing, the pixels all light up in just the right pattern, and you see the word cat. The wildest part?
all of this happens in way less time than it takes you to blink.
All right, let's speed run that whole journey one more time. You type. The letters instantly become numbers thanks to ASCII. Those numbers then become long strings of ones and zeros. That's binary. That binary code gets stored in the computer's memory. Then the helpers, the lexer and interpreter, check the code and figure out the game plan. And finally, the pixels on your screen light up to show you the word. Phew! So really, the big takeaway is this. Every single time you type anything, you're kicking off this massive, super fast, and totally secret dance of numbers inside your machine. It's not actually magic, but man, it feels pretty close.
And that just leaves you with a final thought. We just uncovered the secret life of a single word. So what other invisible, lightning-fast jobs do you think are happening inside your computer at this exact moment? Something to think about. Thanks for tuning in.